What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Stomping Grounds. My name's Trevor. This is my older brother Jared, and we're doing some last minute food plots today. It's August and we're kind of starting this video in the middle of what we've been doing. We're getting ready to plant seed, but we're going to take you back to the beginning and show you what we did first to get this dirt ready. You want to talk about what we're planting?
So we're going to be using some seed mixes that we've actually used previously a couple years ago. Last year we used some beans and some variety of throw and grows. Didn't come up that great. Spent a lot of money on beans. Kind of got them in late and it just didn't work out that well. So
what happened was the weeds just overtook. We never sprayed it. I sprayed it late and it helped, but it was too late.
Yeah. So anyway, so this year I'm going to be using a seed mix that I've used a couple years ago that actually worked out really well. It's by Domain Seeds. We're not sponsored by them or anything, but we did like the mix that we got last time. It's called Green Machine. And it's definitely a late season food plot mix. Just to tell you a little bit about what's in it. It's got winter wheat, oats, peas, rapeseed, radish, and a few other things in it. But it's worked out really well for us. It works really well early season when it comes up and it's really green and lush. And it works really well late season. After the beans and corn, everything's picked, the deer are really going to hit it hard when everything else is pretty much, cut and that's pretty much all we got left.
It'll still be green, is what he's trying to say. Whenever everything's been harvested, we'll still have a little bit of salad out there for them.
So especially like the radishes, they'll hit those really late in the season. You come out here in December time frame, and they'll be picking those out of the ground, and the fields will just be covered in deer at that point. There's two more.
Hey guys, so we just got the big food plot fertilized. I'm getting ready to hit this one right here. And then way down the right of way, we've got another one on top of the hill and another one on past it in the corner of a field. We're gonna spread some fertilizer on those and then throw some seed on, get the cultipacker out and get it packed in. The hardest thing about hunting this right of way, we've got like 20 acres of it. It's so long and narrow. There's hardwood on both sides of it. The deer just pop out wherever they want. It's a short little trek across to get to the other side. So we found 2 or 3 different spots where deer actively use it. There's a lot of sign. We put stands there. That's what these little bitty micro plots are. It's where we've got a high concentration of deer movement. We'll put a little super juicy food plot in there for them and try and get some early season deer on before they go nocturnal. But hopefully it works a little better for us this year. We haven't pulled any monsters off this property. We've seen some good ones, just nothing's hit the ground yet, so hopefully this year we can change that. One thing that I think is going to really help us this year is we really got Dad off the brush hog. Last year he had this whole property looking like a golf course. You can see now, I mean, that's some pretty good bedding habitat. We're about as far as the eye can see in a couple directions. But last year they were too scared to come out in the open during the daylight. There's just no habitat for them, no soft edges. There's woods and then mowed grass. So we got on him and he's done a lot better job this year. So the rabbit hunting, maybe dove, quails, squirrels, I mean everything should improve because there's just so much more vegetation for him now. I just got out to the road. I'm gonna put in road gear, motor on back to the blind where everybody's at. We'll hook up on the roller, get some seed spread, button this little project up. Put from medium to high. Third gear. This little joker's quick. It's handy having 2 tractors. Alright, so when we started this, it was basically a jungle. So step 1 was to mow. We took the brush hog and cleared everything that we wanted to do step 2 to, which is till it. Dad brought the tiller out, got all the ground worked. It's super fluffy. There's a little bit of moisture. It's perfect. We didn't spray, we just mechanically chewed the shit out of it. So step 2's done. Step 3 was spread 600 pounds of fertilizer. We've got about 2 acres here, so we did 300 pounds an acre. We used a big PTO 3-point spreader on the back of the tractor for that. And now step 4, spread our seed. So we got this hopper on the back of the 4-wheeler, and this food plot out here. It's about a ½ acre, and then we've got another 1.5 acres on the right of way, and then another 30 acres over there. We've got a couple strips we're going to plant. So we're going to go ahead and get started for the day, get the seed out, get our cultivator out, and start working this back into the ground, get it all packed down, because we've got rain on the forecast tomorrow. So trying to get this germinated before our season starts here in October. So go ahead and get going today. So there's definitely no perfect way to do this, the broadcaster. Easiest way I've found to do it is just make a pattern to get total coverage on everything, and then just zigzag until you're out, until you've got as much seed on that given area as you want. Because you're never going to get the gate set perfect for your speed and amount of laps you're going to do. It's not going to work out. No matter how much homework you try and do. Just run her till she's empty. So I got a 2-person ladder stand right behind me here that we've used in the past, and we get a lot of deer coming up and down this right of way. So this year especially, we're going to have to key in on some of these areas that we neglected in the past and we don't use too much, because I'm building a house this year. There'll be a lot of construction going on, so we're trying to get away from the area that's closer to where the house projects are going on, and just kind of work our way back toward the back of our 80 acres. So this is a really small plot. I'm just going to give it a little glugga glugga with what I think it'll take. Probably plenty for this little thing. Spot number 3. This one's just a little bit bigger than the last one. that easy. On to the next. All right, this is our last food plot of the day. This one's pretty small too. It's in a really cool spot. This is our newest one. This is the first time planting this one. All the others we've planted before. But behind me is a giant white oak. It's the biggest tree on our property by a large margin. It's a massive tree. And that's gonna be our next video. Scaling up that thing with ropes and saddles and hanging a lock-on stand on it. It's so big, you can't get your arms around it. But we're gonna get this one planted real quick, and it's open. We're gonna throw the rest of this on our big plot. Another cool thing about this stand, on the other side of this woods is a road, probably 100 yards. So it's gonna be probably the easiest stand that we have to sneak into as well. So we got high hopes for this one. If we can get enough brush out of there, we should be able to see across this 20-acre field. Well, that's the Cultipacker. It does a really good job. You can see it leaves little stripes. Those metal wheels that weigh a lot themselves are all concentrated on that point. It really grabs seed and shoves it into the ground. You hit it from a couple different directions. That's all you need. It's supposed to rain tonight and all morning, so timing worked out really good. But that's it for this project. Now it's just time to watch it grow. So we'll be back in probably 3 or 4 weeks to get a little recap on this, see how everything's germinating. Well guys, it's been 2 weeks and we got pretty good growth. Everything's germinated fairly evenly. There's some spots here and there where we got a little thick. But pretty happy with it. Everything's coming in nice and strong. That Cultipacker really does the trick. Got a whole bunch of winter stuff for them to snack on. Food plots aren't hard, especially if you have the equipment. But if you don't have a tractor, you can do all this with a four-wheeler. And small micro plots you can do with hand tools. You don't have to go through all the steps that we went through, but just makes everything easier and a better result in the end. But now we just got to see if the deer want it. They've been picky about some of the things we've tried. Hopefully they pick the crops around us earlier this year. Last year we had standing corn and beans all the way up until gun season. That seems like where all the deer were at during daylight hours. Well, hopefully this will bring some deer in. We haven't killed much out here lately since we got the property, and we're hoping to change that. Hopefully we can get a big old booner down on the ground this year. We've got a stand on this end of the little plot, and then back there past all that bedding we've got another stand. So hopefully we can hunt this early season and see some benefits from it. But if we don't get anything in October, come November we're going to be up there in the tower blind with the boomsticks. So if anything walks across here within 300 yards, we'll have a shot at it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.